Shalom. I want to start out by giving foremost all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach. Salutation to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones that like teach 100% true. Shalom, Barak, thumb to them, and double honors to the elders and apostles for their edification and knowledge. Shalom, Barak, thumb to them. And foremost, again, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach. This is my response relating. This video is going to be my response relating to the video I was looking at on YouTube relating to they're talking about false accusations on the Hebrew Israelites on one of the brothers' channels. I want to do a few verses related to my response to that. This is John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. That relates to the wicked. There's no truth in them. They, you know what I mean? And there's no truth in them. They were created pretty much to deceive and be the deceiver. So they are the wicked, you know what I mean? So they created to be the wicked. And so there's no truth in them. And when they speak lies with the deception of being the truth, is really a lie. You know what I mean? I'm going to quickly put that with Psalms 55:20. For they speak of smooth words, but inwardly in their heart they draw a sword. So they speak with smooth words, which is form of flattery, deceptive tongue, slick talking, but deceptive slick talking. But in their heart they draw swords, man. So, like I said, they speak of lies. You know what I mean? Relating to that congressional thing is a perfect example of that. The guy was back tonguing and sidestepping on his speech. And basically, he was trying to dance around from giving straight answers. You know, so let's continue on. Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. And that relates to the wicked again. You know what I mean? They forgers. You know what I mean? False documentations, deceivers. And basically they're liars. You know what I mean? They are the wicked. They don't know the truth. They weren't created to speak the truth. The truth is not in them. So they have no value. You can't believe, even when they telling you a lie, you have to question it. I mean, Shalaki, when they tell you the truth, you gotta, optic of a truth, you gotta question it in the back of your mind, because we know, realistically, behind their form of a truth is mostly lies anyway. You know what I mean? Let's continue on. 13:5. And we'll do that one. This is Proverbs 13:5. A righteous man hateth lying, but a wicked man is loathsome and cometh to shame. But the righteous hateth lying. You know what I mean? And being relating to the wicked, because of their doings, is going to be to their own shame. And this relates to wisdom loves righteousness. Because wisdom is the true knowledge. With wisdom, you have everything. I'm going to read the rest of these verses. Righteous keepeth him that is upright in the way, but the wickedness overthroweth the sinner. Number 7. There is that maketh himself rich, yet have nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet have great riches. That's a good verse. There that maketh himself rich relates to worldly. Make himself rich. Really, he has nothing, because the riches and materials of this world is temporary. So if you accumulate certain things that's relating to of this world, it really have no value, because ultimately its only use is for here. So it's really you're gathering for nothing. Now, there is that make himself poor, ye that have great riches. The poor are rich in faith. And that faith, that rich in faith relates to wisdom. Because with wisdom, you have everything. You have everything you need. wisdom's better than gold. I believe that's in Proverbs around 16th chapter, I believe that. So wisdom, you have great riches, and the poor are rich in faith. So they rich in great gains with relating to wisdom and most of all faith. But the poor who depend on the earthly gains really have nothing. Now that relates to wisdom, love, righteousness. Now 19:5 talks about the point: a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. So all these things they doing falsely against people that haven't done what they say what these individuals say they have done, they're going to be held accountable for their words. For every word you speak relating to your tongue, you're going to be held accountable. Now it relates to false witnesses, false or bearing false witness against, someone falsely or fraudulently. I'm going to read Proverbs 19:9. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. Similar to 19:5. So like I said, they're going to receive, they're going to be held accountable for pretty much their words, and held accountable for speaking falsely against individuals that were not responsible for what they are charging them against. And relating to that that congressional meeting, like I said, that guy was sidestepping, and he was dancing around directly relating to answering certain things. And ultimately what this is to label and go after a certain group of people that they find a threat, ultimately because this truth is being put out, which is the scriptures, man. And they don't like what's being said. So they label them, they're black, which is a byword, a proverb and a byword. Deuteronomy 28:37. Thou shalt become a byword proverb among all the other nations, whether I lead thee. It relates to the curses. So this is basically names. Just like the N-word, it's names. That's all it is. Mock names against a certain group of people. That doesn't identify those names that they call them, doesn't identify for who they really are. But that's just an excuse to go after them because they're a threat. And this all leads to what has to happen, fulfillment relating to prophecy. These things have to come to pass. This is the pre-persecution. The persecutorial stages or trials relating to going after the ones who are prophesizing and preaching the word. Now, that was just a few verses relating my take on that, because they call them the BIE, I guess the Black Identity Extremists or Black Hebrew Israelites, which they're not, because you have variety. They're not black, number one. They're different shades or derivatives of brown. Go back in 1681 relating to that. And that was a construct made in 1681, and that gives a certain group of people, which made that advantage over other groups of people, economically, socially, politically, etc. And that's all it is. It's about control. They want to control the narrative of everything. Like I said, they find these individuals as a threat. And some of these people these prophets or groups teaching the BIE, they put a negative from the optics and a target on themselves for the rest of the people, calling themselves that. And all they do is look at the few of the ones who are identifying and calling themselves that, then they're going to label everybody else to put them in that category. So they're making themselves a target ultimately by doing that. So that was just my take relating to that, So like I said, this is the pre-persecution stages relating of trials and tribulations of going after the prophets, the ones who are speaking the word, the truth, So they label them as something they're not, They just preach the word on the highways and byways and concourse and cheap places. with a Bible. That's it. They no threat to nobody. Only one they are a threat to is the ones that don't like what they're doing, which is prophesizing this message, which is the word. And that's really what they hate, is that word. That being said, this was something quick. I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakadish. Salutation to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones alike. Teach 100% truth. Shalom, Barakathon to them. I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakadish. The water Shalom. Thank you.